Hello learners, welcome back. Today we are going to do a question on a cash book, a short question that is, and our question reads, on 1st January 2007, Muthoni Traders cash book showed a credit balance of 150,000 Kenyan shillings at the bank and a debit balance of 25,250 Kenyan shillings in hand. During the month, the following transactions took place. January 5th, made cash sales for the month for Kenya shillings 21,500. January 16, received a check for 360,000 Kenyan shillings from a debtor. January 28, paid a creditor 100,000 Kenyan shillings, partly by a check of 80,000 Kenyan shillings and the balance in cash. So the question requires us to prepare a 2-column cash book for the month. So when preparing a 2-column cash book, the first thing is you draw your account, whereby we have the heading. You start with the name of the business, which is Muthoni Traders. The account we are preparing is a 2-column cash book. And then for cash book, we usually prepare for a month, a certain month. So therefore, that's why we have for the month of February. For the month of January. It's supposed to be January, sorry, not February. For the month of January, sorry for that. For the month of January 2007. So a cash book has two sides, the debit side and a credit side, whereby on both sides we have, for the 2-column cash book, we have date details and 2 money columns. That's why it's known as a 2-column cash book, because we have 2 columns for money, cash and bank. The same case applies on the credit side. We have the date column, the details column, the cash column, and the bank column. Yeah, we said it's a 2-column cash book because in this cash book we have 2 money columns. You go to 3-column cash book, the money columns are 3, hence the name. So we shall prepare it with time. So now let's start off to prepare our account. We start with this information here. On the 1st of January 2007, yeah, we had a credit balance at the bank, a credit balance, and therefore this means, so we start by the year, and the month is January, date 1. Yeah, so this is the balance that was brought down from the previous month. And in bank, we are told the balance was 150,000. Then next, we are told that a debit balance. So you come on to your debit side, 2007. The month is January, date is 1. So the balance that was brought down is cash 25,250. Yeah, somebody asked a question on the folio column. In this case, for such a simple a question, for such a case, we don't require the folio column. Hence, that's why I didn't add the folio column. So we move on to date 5, where we are told sales were made for 21,500. Sales of 21,500. So this means that this person, after making sales, received some cash. Remember, in the cash book, we record money in, money out. So some cash was received yeah, from this cash sales, that is 21,500, date 5. We have January, date 5. Yeah, where did this money come from? The sales. How much was it? It was 21,500. 1,500. Yes, you record where did this money come from the sales. Next is date 16, whereby a check was received worth 360,000 from a debtor. So money received again. This is date 16. Remember, debit side we record money received, credit side we record money paid or money out of the business. Credit side, debit side, money into the business. So here, where is this money coming from? The debtor. This money is coming from the debtor. So that is what we are going to have in our details column here. Yeah, debtor. It is a check, meaning to the bank directory, that is 360,000. 360,000. Next, we go to date 28, whereby we are told paid a creditor, paying a creditor 100,000, Patri by check of 80,000, and the balance in cash. So these Modoni traders owes a certain creditor 100,000, but now when paying, 80,000 was paid through a check, that is through the bank, and then the balance, which is 100 minus 80, was paid via cash. So therefore we have to record, remember, credit side we record money out of the business, paid. Yeah, so this is 28. We have creditor was paid, the creditor was paid, cash how much? 20,000, and check of 80,000, a check of 80,000. So far so good. So we can go on and balance our cash. However, we have not been told to balance it. We can just balance our cash book. Yeah, that's it. So how do we balance? You compare the similar money columns, both on the debit and the credit. For instance, we come on our debit side, we compare cash column, then with cash column on the credit side. So on the debit side, we have 25,250 plus 21,500. This gives us a 46,750. 46,750, and this is 20,000. Clearly, looking at it, that means our balancing figure will be on the credit side. So end of January, that is when we close, that is 31st, our balance to be carried down. Our balance to be carried down will be, in this case, the difference, just a minute, will be the difference between the total of this, which is 46,750. You subtract 20,000, 46 minus this, to give us 26,750. So the cash column, sorry, it is here 26,750. So after totaling, we have 46,750. Sorry for that. So this is our balancing figure. Yeah, our balancing figure is 26,750. Yes, how did we arrive at this figure? You get the total on the debit side for the cash column, that is 46,750, minus this 20,000 to get that figure. So that is it. Then you move on to the bank column. On the debit side, the total is 360. Credit side, we have 150 plus 80. That gives us 230,000. That gives us 230,000. Therefore, we need to subtract 230 from 360 so that we get our balancing figure for the bank column. So let's move on. We have the total here is 360,000. Then on the credit side, our total is 130. So for us to balance, we need to get the difference between 360. We subtract the total, this total, which is 230, and we are getting 360 minus 230. That gives us 130,000. 130,000 in this case will be our balancing figure. 130 in this case will be our balancing figure for the bank column. And therefore, now you can have your totals down here, where we have 150 plus 80 plus 130. That should give us 360,000. 360,000. And learners, that is all that we have. That's what we are expected to do. Now remember, our question did not ask us to balance. So we've just gone an extra mile. Bye for now. See you in our next lesson. Bye.